What's Mick McGuan going crook for?
He wants the siren to start and get on with it. Keeper trying to lift the team. Steve McPherson.
So the last quarter about to start here at the Western Oval, and Footscray with a very good lead, 27 points. And Collingwood with Houghton doing the ruck work, beaten for it by Grigich. Kicked forward by Watson towards the centre half forward. McCartney applies the tackle, but it wasn't really all that effective. Liberatore got it to Hawkins. Hawkins goes to Wallace, and Wallace's kick is wide. Too far out there for Grigich, but he made a good contest of it. Well done by Kelly. Atkins gets the handball clear. Now Houghton for Collingwood. Sweeping hand pass finds Buckley. Buckley has a look in towards half forward. Aaron James couldn't take the mark. Too high. I thought he was nearly in front, but
free kick to Dougie.
Free kick is going to Hawkins.
He goes by hand to his mate Steve McPherson. Kick to centre half forward. Reynolds, good stretch. Grant offering a lead, and Osborne. He's got a choice of two. Gets Grant.
Well, that was a beautiful kick, just speared it in, and there was Chris Grant on the end of it. Hit him right on the throttly bit. And he should go back and kick his fourth.
Rhymes-with.
Chris Grant has kicked two. Gee, this will make it tough for Collingwood. They've started each quarter well. Goal. (84-47).
And it's a goal in the second, third and fourth quarters to Chris Grant. And he really is looking the goods up there at full forward. And if he can maintain his form, then Footscray may maintain theirs and drive all the way to the final eight. They play North Melbourne, Adelaide and St Kilda in the next 3 weeks.
So the umpire bounces the ball, and Grigich with a very distinct height advantage gets it towards half forward, taken by Sharkey. The ball spills back for Scott West, blocked by Buckley, rebounds for McGuan, away to Francis. Francis running past the wing, getting nearly up to left half forward. Francis then kicks it into the pocket, but Monkhorst out positioned by Croft, who I have to say has done a pretty good job for Footscray back in that last line of defence. And his kick is very good. It finds Hunter. Look out, Mark Hunter nearly handballed it. Steve McPherson in trouble. Now Mark Hunter's first handball for the day. To Cameron, back to McPherson. McPherson on centre wing. In towards half forward, it goes to the back. Beveridge is going to get run down. A good tackle by Houghton and is rewarded. The advantage is with Collingwood. Watson gets it to Russell. Russell's kick out towards right half forward. Behind was James. Hawkins. A gang tackle by Hawkins and Costa on Williams. And the ball spills free. James, it's Aaron James and Costa. And Aaron James gives away the free kick. It's Costa's ball. Costa's handball. A bit sloppy. Hawkins is there for Footscray. 323 games for the Bulldogs. And Big Ilya in front has taken the mark.
Well, today we might have expected the battle between Wind and Monkhorst. Instead of that, it's Houghton and Grigich. Kelly paid the mark. Wind didn't play, and Monkhorst is on the bench. Kelly goes wide with his hand pass. Hassel. Monkhorst, sorry, not on the bench. Down in the goal square at full forward. Tranquilli punches down, looking for some crumb gatherers. McGuan will take a free kick.
And Mick's worked pretty well for Collingwood today. Tireless worker in the middle. He's had a bit of a battle with Leon Cameron. They've both had plenty of possessions, as you can see there on screen. But he just hasn't had the support up forward to be on the end of his good work.
Well,
going
tough.
for the torpedo, Drew, by the look.
Yep, tough kick this one. He's already wrapped up the goal of the season. That was 7 bounces. What about this for a set shot?
Oh,
not bad.
He barreled it all right.
A behind.
He's kicked 3 behinds this afternoon, Mick McGuan, as has Rocker and Tranquilli. So the Collingwood scoreline 6-12, looking a little ordinary by anyone's standards. The kick in has been marked by Costa. He's in the right back pocket. Kicks it past the 50-metre line. Looking out there for Croft. Punched away by Sharkey. And it goes over for a throw-in. 12-8 to 6-12. The difference is 32 points in favour of Footscray. So you would think that they could hang on and win this game. And only the margin to be determined. Francis trying to break clear. Tackling by Footscray has been enormous. They've had 19 tackles. Collingwood have had 22. Scott Russell effectively held in by Steve Wallace. Russell gets a pat on the back from Buckley. And umpire Saws will bounce between wing and left half forward, favouring Collingwood. Wallace crashes through. Gets a wobbly old punt kick up towards half forward, and the mark is taken by Collingwood. Now, why is that not 50 metres? That was what it was brought in for, wasn't it?
I'd say. Collingwood, no 50 for that. From centre wing, and Reynolds takes another mark overhead. Well played. Started today as an emergency. Grant dives, can't take the mark. Houghton, he's done all right. On all fours here, he's collared by Beveridge. There's Kerrison, and the umpire will ball it up. We have under 15 minutes left in the game. Footscray leading by 32, but Collingwood have scored only 48 points for the entire day. So it would be a whirlwind finish and a surprise finish if the Pies could get up. Hassel wide for Pert. Well done by West. Hassel tried to stay off him. Chris Sisker out of defence to Russell. Russell over half-back flank. Long kick. Southern backing into the pack. And behind him there was interference. And the free kick is Footscray's to go to Kim Costa. Costa thumps a long one to half forward. Front of the pack. And yes, the mark paid to Sharkey. Paul Sharkey from Sandhurst. Playing his fourth game.
Goes in towards the centre where McCartney is on his own, and he takes a pretty safe mark. McCartney, after coming into the Collingwood side a couple of years ago as an 18-year-old, probably hasn't kicked on as much as Collingwood would have liked. This is Buckley. Buckley's kick is very, very average.
Let him down a bit today, Robbo, the kicking.
Williams caught by Liberatore again. An effective tackle by Tony Liberatore. And the ball held in as Kelly comes off the ground and Rocker appears back on for the Magpies. Centre half forward for Collingwood. The umpire bounces. Awkward one, but Big Ilya makes it fairly straightforward. Steve Wallace going after it. And the umpire will have to officiate once again. Just outside the 50-metre region there for the Magpies. And again, just 6 goals, 12 from 3 quarters and about 10 minutes of football. Chance here for Francis to add to it. Left foot kick by that player to the goal square. Monkhorst back. Oh, it's cleared the pack and gone through for a goal. So Tony Francis kicks his first goal, and the Magpies get their 7th with 12 and 3/4 minutes left. They trail by 26 points.
And the Collingwood big man setup now really illustrates the problems they've had most of the season with Big Monkhorst, who's been a good ruckman all year in the full forward line. They've got the young fellow in Trent Houghton in the ruck, and Severia Rockers out to centre half forward.
Quill on the ground for Footscray getting his first run. Houghton wins in the middle. Francis tries to burrow his way through. Sharkey in there. The umpire will ball it up. Time running out. 12.5 minutes to go. 12-8 to 7 goals, 12.
7 tackles for Liberatore.
He's a freak, isn't he? Strangely, he finished the game on the bench last week against Geelong. Rocker. Sharkey dropped it in the tackle. Grabbed by McPherson. Playing his second game for the year. The kick to half forward. Reynolds. Flips out the back to Kerrison. McGuan. Fraser won out here with Leon Cameron. Cameron, the disciplined thing in punching. Down goes Beveridge. Is he holding it while lying on the ground? Umpire says he'll ball it up. A lot of the Collingwood fans will go home hoarse tonight for yelling, ball!
Well, I suppose 12 goals 8 is not all that drastic when you look at the opposition, as far as a Collingwood person's point of view is concerned, but it's just again that their forwards haven't been able to kick any reasonable score. Again, you see at half forward, Footscray come clear, out towards Beveridge and Brett James, and Beveridge is marked. Southern doing some good running from half back. May get a kick here. Takes the mark. Could even kick a goal. Doesn't mind a goal, Danny Southern. Misses to the left. Cook, little disappointed. The long trek back to half back. But another score for the Bulldogs. 12-9 plays 7-12.
Short pass in. 11 minutes to go. And the margin 27 points. 5 goals in 11 minutes. It can be done. Fraser just behind centre wing.
Not unfortunately with the Collingwood forward line.
Tony Francis. Up to half forward. Buckley with the climb. Got well underneath the ball. Oh, McPherson dived in front of a moving tram there. Southern, the hand pass wide to Quill. He's taken over the boundary line. The crowd saying...
Deliberate.
Yes, he deliberately ran it over. Well, he's paid that once before today. I don't know about that one.
Got to be kidding. But anyway, the free kick's there and it's Russell's ball. Scott Russell, a high kick in towards full forward. The ball spills to the back where Steve Wallace will play the percentages. And you wonder whether that can't be penalised.
Well, everybody's earmarked Collingwood as the side that could fall out of the 8. I think they could still hang on, but in the next few weeks they've got a bye next week. Then they play Essendon, Melbourne, Geelong, St Kilda, which is a bit of a wild card with Lockett back in, and North Melbourne. So certainly they are under some pressure. They have got a reasonable percentage, but they have to get some wins on the board. Perhaps another couple.
Gee, there'd be a few sales of the Herald Sun dropping in circulation if the Magpies don't make the finals.
Yes.
They sell a few papers, the Maggies. They've got a lot of devout fans around Australia, and, well, no matter where you go, you find a Collingwood supporter.
Strange thing was when they had that big win against the Eagles, there were only 27,000 at the MCG. They'd given them up for that.
Yeah, well, that's interesting, isn't it? That, and then you make a comment, or I think Michael Sheehan wrote an article in the paper, and it was challenged. Here's an opportunity for Russell to get his second goal, and he's missed.
It's some of those running shots, Tranquilli, Francis, McGuan, if they'd kicked a few of those.
Yes, the third quarter was a bad one for them. They kicked 2 goals 4. Could quite easily have been 6 goals straight.
You get the feeling that a lot of their runners just aren't quite at the prime of their ability, or at their prime of their performance. Like that sort of goal was a lay down misère for Scott Russell at his best, and a number of the Collingwood players have just missed those simple goals, as we see Leon Cameron coming off the ground after a pretty good day's work, and Brad Johnson goes back on.
Costa took a while to get rid of the hand pass. There was one there where McPherson dropped the mark, and he dead set did walk the ball over the line.
Just there, just
and
before.
It was a worse example than the one a minute ago that was paid.
It is.
It looks like Leon Cameron's being attended to by the club physio. They've got his leg in the air, stretching his hamstring. So for Footscray's sake, let's hope he hasn't damaged it.
Danny Southern bursts out of defence, clears the 50. Collingwood charging at the ball. Kerrison's got him. Did he carry him forward? Was the ball held? Is he holding the ball?
It's got to be a free kick for in the back or holding the ball.
And it's neither. It's a ball up.
Well, I suppose the easy way out is to not make a decision. I thought it was
high
round
as
the neck,
well.
actually. Grigic gets his right fist to it and dumps it over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. And there's a Black Brigade enforcer down there inside the boundary line. By gee,
That's Alan McAllister, is it?
well, I would have thought that the guy down there with the long hair was infringing in the field of play. He's only just inside the boundary line, but anyway,
Don't do it, Hawk.
goes on, and the free kick is with Collingwood. Trainers running out to attend Steve Collingwood, but
gee, I thought Doug Hawkins was going to finish his career with a beautiful straight right there.
Grigic takes the mark, receiving from Collingwood.
You've never seen physios or doctors move as quickly as when a player goes down and grasps his knee.
That kick has been punched away at half-back by McCartney. And we'll have a throw-in. Hawkins and McGuan still at it. So there's a bit of interest left in the game still with these two teams striving for a bit of pride. Hawkins up over the top, gets a big fist to it. Beveridge tries to keep it in. James taken over in the finish by Atkins. And a boundary throw-in will take place 50 metres from the Footscray goal. Footscray lead 12-9, Collingwood 7-13, and we've got 8 minutes left.
Grigic brings it underfoot, but the hand pass comes out. It was a high tackle to Hassel. Advantage. Sharkey gets the ball up to Monkhorst, who's just left the goal square. Awkward one for Paul Williams. He strikes the tackle. Terrific stuff by Williams. And a great kick to Buckley. Quill did well. Back in the centre of the ground. Williams has to do it again. That's Paul Williams, not Greg Williams. Buckley dives. Quill knocks the ball up the ground. It's grabbed here by Johnson. Look at the space for Danny Southern. Well, he missed his last shot. He might miss this one. One bounce. Two bounces. He's outside 50. Looks for Atkins. Might get it back. Grigic. He loses it in the tackle. West. Southern is still in the area.
Oh.
Liberatore play on, says the umpire. And that ball is out of bounds.
James, was it? Just missed Liberatore. Would have knocked him into next week. Left half forward for Footscray. They lead 12-9 to 7-13. 7 minutes left. Big Damien Monkhorst tries to get clear, but it's Danny Southern. His kick into the pocket goes over in front of Chris Grant and his opponent Gary Pert for a boundary throw-in about 5 or 10 metres around from the Footscray goal. Bulldogs lead 12-9 to 7-13, so that's 26 points. The ball to the back. Liberatore. Snapshot to the goal front. Back there is Hassel. He's worked manfully for Collingwood. Johnny Hassel runs outside 50. Good chase by Chris Grant. Hassel's kick is taken by Fraser. Hand pass a little short for Kerrison. Able to get it in the McGuan direction. McGuan held. Back to Kerrison. Collingwood have got a chance here. Carry the football. Shane Kerrison up to half forward. Gives the handball to Rocker. Rocker nowhere to go. Then gives it back to Fraser. Fraser from 50 metres hooks the kick into the pocket. No mark there to Buckley. He fights on after it when it hit the ground. Tackled by Crediuk. A determination by Steve Crediuk. But a free kick against Buckley for throwing, according to the umpire's indications. And it will go back to Peter Quill.
Well, I think he got it right on that occasion.
Quill, short, and a terrific mark taken by Grigic.
He's
an underrated player. Underrated, I would say. Very promising.
Grigic, 11 disposals, 6 marks. Ball out of bounds at centre wing. 16 hit-outs too for Big Ilya. And 2 goals to boot. Monkhorst back on the ball. Hurried one by Sharkey. McGuan giving chase. Beveridge with pace from behind. Oh, well done, Wallace. Fearless Steve Wallace, and a brilliant disposal to Keenan Reynolds. He's got inboard Johnson. That's the direction of the kick, and the kid doesn't let him down.
Been a terrific debut from Brad Johnson.
A lead by Grant. Another one by Atkins. He's got a few choices. One in short by Osborne. Too easy.
You know, Brad Johnson spent a good quarter and a half on the bench. He's got good stats and really has showed that he's going to be a player of the future. He made his debut on the wing today on a player, Mark Fraser, who's no mug in that position. And he did excellently well in the first quarter. Tailed off a little bit, but has finished off strongly.
Osborne for his second. Well offline. Reynolds reckons he's taken the mark, but it's out of bounds on the full.
So in the left back pocket for Collingwood, the kicking in to be done by Gary Pert. Very close to the fence. Not much of a run-up allowed to him. Monkhorst does well and takes the mark wide of Grigich. They've had a great battle, those two. I would have given the points maybe to Big Ilya. Monkhorst goes in short and finds Sharkey. Sharkey coming up for his 6th kick. He spent a fair bit of time on the interchange bench. Goes over the top of Southern and Rocker and eventually forced over for a boundary throw-in. Still the margin 26 points in favour of Footscray. Collingwood have really battled. It was 27 points at three-quarter time. Hawkins over the top. Gets it back near Steve Wallace. And his kick, well, I suppose you'd have to classify that as effective. It cleared and found the safety of the boundary line.
It's been a pretty low possession game from Footscray today. At the moment, they're about 10 behind Collingwood. And about only 230 in total. Most sides will get up around the 300 mark for a game.
Buckley caught, gets the handball away, but, well, Quill is rewarded. Buckley penalised for holding the ball. Quill goes in towards the centre of the ground. Southern and Rocker. Rocker, disciplined, punches the ball away. Fraser. Southern goes in after it again, so does Severio Rocker. Underneath that face with the red, white and blue mouthguard is the face of Brad Johnson. And I think he's pretty happy with the fact that he's got the football underneath him there and does very well.
Well, he wouldn't have celebrated his birthday during the week, but we'll give him a beer tonight, I reckon.
My word, a good job.
Or a lemonade. Grigich out to centre wing. Collingwood, who was great in the last quarter last week, is Kerrison. Great tackle by West. And West has had some sort of a game. 24 possessions, 4 marks, and a couple of tackles. 3 1/4 minutes to go in the game. Monkhorst palms it down to Sharkey. Costa, good hands. He'll take a free kick. Advantage. It goes to Beveridge. Beautiful kick. Hawkins. No mark. Play on. Collingwood went through with a flying boot. Hawkins again. Boot to ball. Atkins. Shepherds for Liberatore. Blind hand pass. Nobody there for Footscray. Francis for Collingwood. Rocker the only chance for the Pies, and he beats 3 of them.
2 3/4 minutes left. Rocker gets the hand pass to Sharkey. Sharkey goes across half forward. Out in front Tranquilli, but the bounce was crude for him. Steve Wallace stands his ground. Back goes Quill. He's a prolific possession gatherer. Peter Quill, he's only been on the ground for probably 20 minutes. Might even be exaggerating even now, and he's had 4 kicks. Johnson appealing for the free kick against Buckley, but the boundary umpire will throw it in.
Sour day for Tony Shaw's record.
Yes, it's been pretty tough. He was taken from the ground at half-time, wasn't he? He didn't make a reappearance in the second half and stayed on the bench. Looked a little injured. This is McCartney crashing his way through. Kicks it to a vacant half-forward area. Crediuk does a good job for Footscray in defence and clears towards half-forward. Mark dropped by Liberatore. James affects the tackle. Back goes West. James into the action. Gathered by Beveridge. James has got him. Wallace able to get the hand pass to the advantage of Grigich. Grigich trying anything to get the football forward. And does.
With a name like that, you should be able to play soccer.
To Liberatore.
Half-forward. Grant taken out of it by Pert. Reynolds tries to beat the tackle, but he's holding it.
Probably about 5 free kicks before that in that passage of play.
Gary Pert with the free. 81 to 55. Good mark here by Southern. He's been a really good contributor. Away to Costa. Kick by Costa wide for the Hawk. 30 metres in the clear. Listen to the crowd. He goes for Grant and gets it. Well, that is perfect, Dougie. You'll do me some. Grant centering kick. Reynolds takes another mark. 5 marks to Keenan Reynolds, who froze his hands on the bench for 3/4. Reynolds about to kick his second goal. Should do. Kick one in the third quarter. Another nail for Collingwood. 27 seconds left, and they're celebrating here at the Western Oval. Not many victories against Collingwood. They've won only 2 of their last 11, so this is sweet.
And well done to Doug Hawkins for setting that goal up. He had plenty of time, he knew it, and he just waited and waited for Grant to burst into space. He did that successfully, got it over to Keenan Reynolds, and 6 points on the board.
So the bounce back at the centre with Mockhorst and Grigic. Grigic does well and forces it forward once again. James gets it to McCartney. He's in trouble. A tackle by Reynolds was good. Spills nearly for Beveridge. Made a good contest with big Mockhorst. West, who's nearly BOG, gets another kick to Atkins. Atkins outside 50. Kicks it to the goal front. And a free kick is going against Chris Grant to Gary Pert. And it's all over. Much to the delight of the Footscray fans. Collingwood's day and Tony Shaw's day has been wrecked to a certain extent. Footscray inflict a rather ordinary defeat for the Magpies. Footscray 13-9-87, Collingwood 7-13-55, and Dougie Hawkins on shore seeking out Tony Shaw in his record-breaking game. Now there they are down there. Tony Shaw obviously not very happy. I'm positive the Collingwood boys would love to have won this game, but Footscray took it right up to them and played an exceptional game of football. They only kicked 13 goals, but they restricted to the Magpies to just 7.
Another big day for